Jesus, Boogie, why are you doing this?
So I deserve to go to Disneyland with a beautiful girl, right? I deserve to go to New York and explore Times Square with a beautiful girl, right? Like, I deserve that. And I said the N-word. There's no magic power to it.
So say it.
You pointing a gun at me?
Jesus Christ.
Some women do enjoy dating uglier or maybe less conventionally attractive men because there's a bigger sense of security there, and the idea that like that person won't necessarily just leave you. And for some people, that's more important than a partner who's got a sexy body or a lot of money per se.
The biggest regret I will ever have is knowing that I had a job that every person in the world would kill for, and I f***ed up.
God, do you remember? Was his name? Was it Francis? Does anybody even remember the start of his shit? Is this even the original video? Was it 11 years ago, or is this a repost? Was it older than 11 years ago?
Well, I still don't understand why you're not attacking. What am I gonna do? Block with a ice?
You might.
What a different
Well,
time.
that's just bullshit.
Got a lot of men.
What I'm trying to say is, fine. I don't even have cards in my hand. And I talk like a f***ing land. This says 14 of 17.
So are you done?
Yeah, go. Just go. Go ahead and attack me.
Okay, well, first I got the turn record bill triggers on my...
I don't care.
Well, it's a mandatory trigger. I actually got to resolve.
I'm at 6, dude.
Well, I can't do
Would you ever have Boogie on stream? He's messaged me like a few times, I think when he's like manic about coming on my stream and chatting, but then he always like loses interest. So I think at this point, I think I've kind of lost interest.
It's my upkeep.
God damn it.
So, here, we'll do this.
Seriously, I'm gonna scoop. I'm gonna scoop.
You don't have to scoop. You're not actually dead. 1 through 4 will roll 5 to 6.
3.
I'll discard that.
God damn
Okay,
it.
it's a grass for phantom.
It doesn't matter. What do you want to do? Balance my...
You had him on stream? Wait, did I ever talk to Boogie on stream? I don't think I ever had him one-on-one. Maybe he was in a panel or something at some point. I don't know if I've ever actually spoken a direct word to Boogie. Have I? Or are you guys saying like a viewer that sounded like him? If we ever talked, I feel like it must have been either super brief or it was like on a Raj show where he was like another panelist. Yeah, I don't think.
I really don't know what your deck's capable of is the problem though.
God damn it. I'm losing my patience. God.
Maybe on Scuffed? Yeah, maybe.
You're kidding.
Judge.
You.
Boogie2988 talk.
Like, they have to defend themselves now because of friends
In
doing a
2018.
disservice. So when we...
Again, with that whole kind of negative versus positive
Oh, is it here?
reinforcement that we talked about last time. But I think one thing I did want to talk to you about is I think the coronavirus,
Wait,
I don't think
hold on.
What's up?
That's a really weird analogy to say.
What's a weird analogy? I refuse to believe it isn't Boogie. Oh, this is just the person that sounds like Boogie. Okay, RTB, if you're bored, you can go back and ban for a month every single person that said that I talked to this guy, okay? If you're bored and you just want to enact some savage attacks against chatters, you can 1 month ban everybody that said I talked. 9 months.
I don't know if I should talk about this, Mike, but I'm going to. There was one girl that I dated. She liked a lot of childish things. She liked rubber ducks. That's why I have some of these rubber ducks. And one of my favorite memories with her is us sitting in this tub, her playing with rubber ducks as I washed her, and then when we got out, I took her to bed. One of the best nights of my life, Mike. Happened right here.
2019, Boogie had 750,000 in savings. He's now facing bankruptcy and foreclosure. Bro, I remember the before and after. Was it in the course of like a month where he talked about how he was so happy, he hit it huge on crypto, his whole life was going to turn around, and then I think he bought a Tesla, and then I think like a month later, he said he was broke and he lost it all. Was it in the course of a month, or did it take a little bit longer? Oh my God.
Yeah, so when it comes to financial approach, I don't fucking know what I'm doing. Money comes in, money goes out. For the longest time, my ex-wife handled that shit, but then I got divorced. I don't know where my money is. I don't know what it's doing. The only thing I've ever done with it is I threw it into crypto and then lost a shitload of it. Well, here's everything. If you want to see, there's two.
Was that 600,000 loss?
Is I threw it into crypto and then lost a shitload of it. Well, here's everything.
Jesus.
If you want to see, there's $2,758 in my bank account right now. And let's see if mortgages come out yet. So tomorrow, when they take mortgage out, I'll have about $700 to live off of until the 20th, when I get paid again from YouTube. So I'm just going to live off of $700. And I'll probably sell some cards along the way and use that money to make ends meet as well. I have a credit card with them that I owe $600 on. And on top of that, I still owe $163,000 on my house. I think my net worth is zero. Once you pull the equity out of the house, get rid of the house debt, sell off all my collectibles, and pay off all my debts, I think that puts me at $0.
Do you think, did Boogie know that this guy was going to make kind of like a, I don't want to say mean, but like, yeah, a depressing documentary on him? Or maybe it won't. Maybe it'll turn around. He knew 100%. Okay. He said Boogie checked it before release. Okay.
But my best feature, this is the one the ladies love. I call it my meat apron. I have 2 meat curtains. There's a second one. I have 2
This guy's like built like a Diablo 3 boss. Jesus.
glorious meat curtains.
Sorry, that's a comment on appearance. I shouldn't make that. My bad. It just, wasn't there like, never mind. Yeah, my bad. Keep going.
I don't like showing it to people, and people don't like seeing it. So that's why I'm going to die alone.
Jesus. Boogie2988. What are his monthly views at? Oh, he's been removing addict videos, so it's hard to say. He's still at like about a million. He's like about $1 million a month. It's not the worst. Not the worst thing in the world. It could be a lot worse, but
I've told the audience, I've told you guys, I've told everybody, this is the center of my world, right here
Jesus.
in this recliner.
Oh man, the deficit here too is I'm willing to bet. I could be wrong, but I'm willing to. How much is 1 million views? It depends on the length of your videos. I can't estimate. I can't even really give you a reasonable estimation. But this probably doesn't include taxes either. I'm guessing the income here is just the raw income on 1099 from YouTube. So it's probably really more like 4,500 or 4,000, depending on how much he's getting in deductions. But oof, might even be a little bit less. But could he still come back from everything if he were to do a full liquidation and live more humbly? Something that I don't know how to explain this. There are certain types of toxic people or behaviors where it feels like they're always stuck in a cycle, and they could come back, but they're not built for it, if that makes sense. I wish I knew how to explain this better. I don't have anything novel to say here. I'm sure there's a lot of writings on dealing with toxic people. Unfortunately, this happens with people stuck in toxic relationships. There's something I'm dealing with right now with a friend, actually. It's very, very, very fucking frustrating. Like when people get locked into toxic relationships, they're in a cycle of good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, but they never actually break away from it. And when they talk to other people about it, you can never help them break away from it, because you either tell them everything's going to be okay and you validate it, in which case they are even more strongly attached to it, or you tell them that it's not okay, and then eventually they cut you out of their life because they don't like the criticisms, and then they feel dumb and they realize like, fuck, like this person, every time I bring up my issues, they just like make me feel stupid, or they are just telling me it's a bad relationship, so I want to leave, right? Yeah, there are certain people that are caught in certain like toxic dynamics where I don't know what the way to change them is, or I don't know. It feels like almost like a rock bottom thing, but yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, I feel like I don't know if rock bottom would fix Boogie, but the problem is some people like this, even though they have everything in the world at their fingertips to make it back to reality, they can't. They constantly slide back in like so easily, and yeah.
I am a former sex worker escort, and Boogie2988 was one of my clients. From LA, and I get a message on this website, you can probably guess which one, from this guy who looked a lot like Boogie.
I took women on vacations, and I took them out to fancy dinners, and I took them to like Disneyland and shit.
He bought me dinner, he got me a purse that we were talking about over messages, and he got me a couple gift cards, and he spent well over $5,000 on just that night.
You know the rules. The rules are we're gonna go out and eat. We're gonna have dinner. Maybe we're gonna
He did eat a lot of food. I'm pretty sure he got 2 entrees, which was very unique.
It's not a revelation.
Why do we really need to include that? Do we really, like, we probably already kind of figured, but okay.
I like beautiful women. I like to hang out with beautiful women. Beautiful women. We all do. I never got to do that. The women I dated were pretty, sure, but they were like Arkansas 8s, not LA 10s. With sugaring, I got to some LA 10s, and I think that's cool.
We got back to the hotel, and I do regret to say that I slept with Boogie2988.
Wait, what? Hold on. Who is this sex worker? Not to like, I'm not even trying to gas Boogie up, but like, even though Boogie's definitely got problems and shit, like, what do you mean you regret it? It's literally, it's one, it's your job, and two, I mean, like, I'm sure there are worse, horrible people. Like, this isn't a sex worker, it's some Insta girl he was paying, I believe. Oh, okay, whatever. That's, it just feels weird to like shit talk like this. I don't know.
Here we have some of the women in this area that are local and ready to go out. They'll go to dinner with you, they'll go to a show with you, maybe they'll come back to your place, but they are expecting something in exchange. But then it's window shopping, right? Like any other meat market like Tinder, you kind of scroll down the list of photos until you find someone that looks interesting to you. I think this girl's really cute. Oh yeah, yeah. She's definitely a little thicker than I necessarily would always go for, but there's nothing wrong with that.
Jesus, Boogie, why are you doing this?
So I deserve to go to Disneyland with a beautiful girl, right? I deserve to go to New York and explore Times Square with a beautiful girl, right? Like, I deserve that, and I want that, and I've never had it. Man, if I had that money back, that would be half of my mortgage right now. That $1,000 is my entire health insurance payment. I don't know what the prostitutes did with it, and I hope they...
One of the things that's like a little bit annoying, and I don't know if... I'm guessing right here. Hold on. Stop linking me this. I don't care. You had your chance to link the Boogie video. I don't care anymore. I feel like people that have addiction issues, or people that are like, they're fucking up something in their life actively, they do this thing where they like will intellectualize, like they'll talk to you about like, well, I know this is bad and I shouldn't do it and blah, 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 blah. I feel like they get like a dopamine hit or something out of acknowledging that they shouldn't be doing it, but they never adjust their behavior at all. I think that drives me fucking crazy. Or that drives me crazy when I feel like people are doing that. But yeah, I hear this type of talk a lot from people that are stuck in like really dumb, bad situations or whatever, yeah.
Spend it in good health. But I sure could use that shit right now, you know? You wanna go for a walk? So he knows. You can't tell me he doesn't know.
Jesus, how big is this guy's house? He can't downsize at all? I love you.
He's actually,
he has no equity in his house? Yeah, but I'm saying sell the house and get a smaller one for a smaller payment. That's what I'm saying, right?
I'm selling magic cards on Whatnot. I'm selling collectibles on eBay. I'm selling arcade machines.
Unironically, do you know folks like this who are so bad with their money? I have no idea how you make these people realize this shit ain't right, but I guess it's probably indicative of a deeper issue. I don't think it's like a math logic thing. I think it's like it's an addiction, mental disease type thing. There's like a way that you can always infinitely justify or perpetuate. Like you'll look back and you'll be like, I had this month where I made $7,000 in a month, even though I'm going into debt right now. Like if I can just have like 3 months like that in a row, it would fix everything. Like there's a whole bunch of like rationalization games that people's in this position, their brains will play on them that just, they always find a way to justify bad financial decisions. They're never thinking like, God, I'm spending money that I don't have and I'm not going to be able to get it back and I'm making bad decisions. Instead, it's always like, okay, this is kind of an iffy decision right now, but if I just have this one or two thing, you know, if a couple things happen in the future, it'll change it and it'll be okay. I'll be able to afford this if I just do this, whatever. There's always like a rationalization in the back of their mind. Gamblers do this a lot too, yeah.
Locally, I'll sell it all.
And I'm going to sell enough to help with the mortgage, but I'm also going to sell enough to be able to play Magic tonight. Because I don't want people wondering why I'm not there. I don't want people like knowing I'm broke. Like that's embarrassing. I can't afford $30 to play Magic. So I'm spending $30 to play Magic tonight.
Okay, so this month I need from you about $1,000 to make mortgage. So I need you to pick out like.
Wait, why? He's a fucking e-celeb. Does he really have to pay to play these events? He can't find somebody to cover him? Well, I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe that would be weird, but.
$1,000 for the stuff. Like there's a couple of cradles in there. Mm-hmm. There's a City of Traders in there.
Well, I could do 200 a piece on those.
200 a piece? Bro, it's worth $5,000 at least.
What? Dude, I thought we were looking more like 400, 450.
Oh, that's okay. All right.
175 is what it's down to.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Good Lord, that took a beating. Fuck, these are reserved list cards, Glenn.
Yeah?
They're not going anywhere but up.
Okay. Well, you say that, but the dual lands went down.
I mean, yeah, all right. As long as I'm getting mortgage money, as long as I get some cards there tonight, okay. You gave me these back.
Mm-hmm.
You want to sell them until I come back in here because I'm not going to sell them to anybody else but you.
Okay.
Wait, was he just asking him not to sell those so he could come back and get them? He's kind of like doing like a payday loan basically, or?
Yeah, we all look the same in a game shop. It's because we're fucking outcasts. We're in a kind of small town. We're fucking autistic as shit. We're awkward around women. We're awkward around people. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. And then I come back here and I'm looking at all the shit I need to sell. And I'm surrounded by all the shit that I bought for YouTube videos and stuff. And it's hard to not think about what a fuck up I am.
I wish I could like, I need to talk to my parents to make sure they haven't gotten any more fucking credit cards. Holy shit. I still need to set that meeting up. I wish I could understand in the mindset of like, I feel like you have enough to be happy if you sold your house, got a smaller house, sold all your extra shit, saved the money, and just like did the simple shit. Like just did the simple shit. Like play Magic with people, like buy some fun shit that you enjoy, but like you're on a way, way, way smaller monthly expenses. Like, why not just do that? I don't understand why people can't just do that. But
open up and we have like really personal conversations, and I enjoy getting to know him in that way as well.
Willing to do things for us. He's offered to, you know, take care of us or offered us a room if he needs it. He's still going to make some of the same jokes. You know, we all have a sort of dry sense of humor.
Sincere kindness. It doesn't always show up, but he does have a lot of compassion for people.
I think he's just a guy with good and bad. But I don't think he's as bad as a lot of corners of the internet think he is.
I think as long as he stops tweeting the N-word, he'll be fine.
The left is online talking about not voting for Biden or driving me crazy. Yeah, it's the big virtue signal right now. I don't know if they'll carry that energy through to the election, but I saw even Anna Kasparian did that on the Young Turks. It's pretty cringe, but...
The N-word is just a word. If
all
you
right.
guys left and these cameras...
All right, DGG alert. Here we go.
...weren't rolling, and I was sitting here alone in the dark, and I said the N-word, there's no magic power to it.
So say it.
Oh, no, I'm not going to say it on camera where it could hurt somebody. I like offensive humor. I like dark jokes. I say fucked up shit. I think the darker something is, cancer, rape, murder, child abuse, the darker it is, the more important it is to make jokes about it.
Okay. Oh, in 2019, controversial clips of Boogie began to spread online. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. I mean, I didn't go through it. I'm still alive. She's dead. And, yeah, so her. And now she's dead. That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person of color, or is it not? I don't know. Someone says you can't put your finger into a clitoris. Somebody here doesn't have a scalpel handy. You splay that fucker just right, you can wrap it all around your fingers. You gotta shave real thin. Woo! That's disturbing. That's the most thing.
No, I plan to shoot you, bud.
You pointing a gun at me?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. This whole ordeal was...
Is this what we have to do?
Where it really went south is when one guy spent like a month of his time gathering every link, every video clip, everything I'd ever said or done since 1998, and he compiled it into this one huge mega thread. It's like 10, 15 pages long. And every time my name would get mentioned on Reddit moving forward, they would all link to that mega thread. Well, these people on Reddit began to bombard my sponsors to make me look as bad as possible. Every time I got a new sponsor, they would bombard me. And eventually they dropped me.
Jesus. Jesus. Wait, when was this video concluded? Like, I wonder how long he's been editing. He probably finished 2022, right? If this video just came out a week ago. How did he earn so little in 2022 if he was earning $5,000 a month? How did he earn so little in 2021?
You don't know if you'll wake up
26K has to be
tomorrow.
net, right? I don't know, maybe. Who knows? I doubt it's net. Did they really go through all of his income and expenses to figure out his net earnings, do you think? Or maybe you mean net like after taxes? But...
You don't know if today is that stroke or heart attack you've been waiting on, or if it's going to be a healthy day and you feel real good for a change. You never know.
Here's everything that's wrong with Boogie. Low testosterone, testicular hypogonadism, sleep apnea, swelling due to blockages of lymphatic flow, seborrheic eczema, chronic back pain, protein in urine. That's from kidney damage, folks.
That is everything keeping me alive. We have losartan, tramadol, bupropion, sertraline. Did I deal with back pain? I deal with nightmares. I'm always tired. I don't know the last time I did sleep. Otherwise, if I don't wear this machine at night, when I'm supposed to be sleeping, I'm actually drowning in my own fat.
High blood pressure, history of gastric bypass, intestinal malabsorption, vitamin D sufficiency, because like most gamers, I hate the sun, morbid obesity, major depressive disorder, major anxiety disorder, history of diabetes mellitus, blood pooling in veins.
Yeah, the sad thing is, despite like all of these conditions he's listing, this is like, fat people hate it when you do this, but I'm willing to bet that like probably like 50 to 80% of all these conditions are just ancillary to the massive obesity. That like if the weight was brought under control with no other changes, without exercise, without improved dietary choice or anything, if the weight was brought under control, it'd probably wipe like half this shit off the board.
Varicose veins of the legs with complications, degeneration of lumbar or lumbosacral.
Does he say, is he type 2 diabetic? Is that ever stated in here? Did he say that earlier? I didn't, if you saw that, I think I missed it.
Intervertebral disc. That means my back don't work so good. History of basal cell carcinoma, that's cancer. And of course, I can't breathe so good, so asthma and allergies as well.
So, it's a waiting game now, and it's just about making the best of it. Just enjoy what you got when you got it.
He had gastric bypass surgery. I don't know how he's still this big. You can absolutely get gastric bypass surgery and still maintain or even gain weight afterwards. I don't know if it's the same as it used to be, but I'm pretty sure that part of getting gastric bypass surgery is I think a doctor will make you control your diet for a number of months before you actually get the surgery. I don't think they'll just randomly do it for you. You have to prove that you can maintain a diet, because after you get the gastric bypass surgery, there's still some level of discipline in dieting, because if you just eat whatever, you'll still gain weight. It doesn't matter much. It just, the gastric bypass surgery helps a lot. But he's lost a considerable amount of weight. I don't know if that's true anymore. I know that he did lose a lot of weight, but then I think he regained a lot of it back. I don't know where he's at now compared to where he used to be. I'm not sure.
Sometimes that's a chicken quesadilla.
I invited a mental health counselor, a comedian, and a YouTube consultant to assist in analyzing Boogie's downfall.
I just want ad revenue. I just want YouTube to pay me a fair amount. It's all I've ever wanted, right?
And his concerns about money.
If I could teach you anything, it's to...
Oh, this is why I've said in the past when I go on like panel shows and shit, and oftentimes the topics will come up for like, oh, the adpocalypse, or how does YouTube treat creators or whatever, and I'm always saying like, we can talk about this for a little bit, like the audience, nobody in the audience gives a fuck about like how much money we get. Like, did we get paid, $150,000 last month, or did YouTube fuck us and we only got like $125,000 last month? Like, no person in an audience wants to hear streamers or YouTubers endlessly argue or pontificate upon the righteous virtues of how much ad revenue they should be paid and blah, blah, blah. But I feel like there were so many, panels I was on. I think it might even happen on Scuffed a lot, where they would, it was just like endlessly ranting about this. Like, bro, nobody gives a fuck about streamer issues. I would just call these streamer issues. Ethan from H3 was the worst offender of that. Yeah.
If you're complaining to your subscribers, I mean, that just leaves a sour taste in people's mouths.
I think my window's closing. And if it's not closing already, it's already closed.
Right, so if there was money to be made in making people feel depressed, I think Boogie would be in the right business. There are plenty of different content creators that have various mental illnesses all over social media. And some just say, it is what it is, and this is what I'm going to do. Boogie tends to be really obsessed with this idea that it's favorable to have people feel sorry for you, and that kind of victim mentality.
Oh.
Where you can get for...
Wait, was this the guy earlier that there was the comedian guy brought on? Oh, wait, this guy was here. Why didn't I see this? Wait, this is the one guy, right? He does a lot of commentary on YouTube and shit. I think mainly about like serial killers or like celebrities, but oh yeah, interesting. He was brought in for this. Okay, sorry. I wonder what the difference is mentally, how some people develop a need of like needing sympathy or compassion, and other people have like an unhealthy relationship where they don't want like any sympathy or compassion for maybe things arguably that they should be asking for sympathy for. I wonder what the difference is, the deciding factor is in growing up, like what causes you to break one way or the other.
Awful. If I look like I've been through hell over the last couple of days, it's because I have been. Most notably, I ruined my body. Like Jerry, I ruined my own career. Maybe it was the imposter syndrome. Maybe it's because it's been a method of, I think covert narcissism is the right phrase. Like, oh, look at how pathetic I am.
And then this, I hate this. I hate listening to toxic people self-talk about their problems and they explain them accurately, but then they do it and then they never do anything about it. I hate these types of conversations. They drive me absolutely fucking crazy. Listening to people who are toxic do this. God, it drives me crazy. Fuck me, I hate it. I don't know how it fools so many people, because I know people personally, they get fooled by stupid shit like this, and it drives me fucking crazy. Jesus Christ.
Covert narcissism is the right phrase. Like, oh, look at how pathetic I am. You should feel sorry for me. You would never be mean to me because I'm so pathetic, right? Oh, I'm so fat, I'm so weird, I'm so goofy, I'm such an old man,
So vulnerable narcissism has a number of characteristics. A person can be considered a vulnerable narcissist without having them all. So with vulnerable narcissism or covert narcissism, we see pessimism.
I feel defeated and confused.
What do you mean? When I find, Boogie might not do this, but what I find is people that analyze themselves accurately and describe their behaviors seem to think sometimes that the description of the behavior itself is enough to garner or functions as an apology for when you do the behavior in the past, and then for an explanation when you do the behavior in the future. It seems like it's weird because it masquerades as accountability, where you're like, you do something bad and you're like, listen, man, I do this and I've got these problems and blah, 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 blah. But then you keep doing the same thing over and over again. And then every now and then you have another, basically a speech about it. You do another soliloquy about it. Like, yeah, listen, this is an issue I have. I'm narcissist. I do this, blah, 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 blah. And like that explanation serves as like it, because you're saying like, well, look, I recognize my problem. That's an important part. And it basically doubles as an apology because I know I've done you wrong, but then they keep doing it over and over and over again. The only thing I hate more than that type of behavior is the people or other people that fall for this type of behavior. God, it drives me fucking crazy. Sorry. Wait, is Merc tweeting? Is Destiny the redact in this tweet? What is this? I do want to take a moment to be serious and really be grateful for everything in my life. I started streaming in August, and so far I've been able to talk to someone I admire, quit my job, sign a kick deal, travel more, live more, love more. I want to thank each and every single person that has supported me, put time and effort into editing, polishing, clipping, every single person who's donated to me, subscribed to me, watched me, every single person that has laughed with me, cried with me, everyone who's been a part of this journey with me, thank you. People always tell me, Redacted made you. No, you guys did. Those who believed in me, thank you. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's me. I don't know. Oh, I thought, well, that's a nice message, I guess. That's fine.
And what would you recommend to him now to get his viewers back?
I don't think he's getting his viewers back. I don't think that's...
When will you have a fall from grace? Never. I'm an internet content god, okay? I will only grow and grow and grow until I consume all the other political streamers around me, and then I will become something. I'll think of something later for that.
Possibility. I think the only thing to do now is...
I'll become the subject of the highest performing Meat Canyon video, okay? That's my dream in life, all right?
A different angle. But I don't even know if that's possible. I mean, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but how do you change yourself? Like, viewers are smart. Like, they want to see you. They want to see what you're interested in. I don't know. You got to get a job. Maybe in this case, GameStop.
Boogie agreed to attempt to get a real job. Oh, Jesus. XQC, sorry, hold on, I'm clicking other links to break this up. So, Dark Viber AU doesn't get mad at me, okay. XQC gambling stats shows he's gambled $2.655 billion on his way to $3 billion. Jesus. Remember, theoretical payback online is probably 95% plus. That'd be my guess. So when we say 2.6 times 0.05, he's probably lost then, would we say maybe around $130 million? He's probably lost. Does that sound right? Is the theoretical payback only 95%? It's probably higher actually for online gambling, huh? Oh, somebody said 93 to 97. Oh, okay. Let's do it. We'll do the upper bound of 97%. So if the upper bound is 97%, then that means he's probably lost around $80 million. However, we don't know how much of this money is deposited into his account for him from the gambling sponsorship, so it's probably not his personal money that he's wagered and lost. It's probably, I imagine he's gotten at least this deposited for him to play with. That'd be my guess.
My name is Dawn.
Dawn, I'm Boogie, or Steve.
Okay, what do you prefer to be called?
Honestly, probably Steve. Let's go with Steve.
Okay, Steve, no problem. Whatever you prefer. And so you are here today because you are seeking employment.
Yeah.
You're seeking out new work opportunities.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about your background and where you think you want to go with the experience that you already have.
I did work at a small gaming store back in 2006, 2007. I am disabled. Recognized by the state of Arkansas, but also the United States government. There's that. Now, the downside of that is I am extremely depressed, so there's some mental health issues that we bring to the table. And then physically, I am morbidly obese. I have no references, no work history, and no education. And when you Google my name...
Jesus Christ.
You might see rumors that I beat my ex-wife and I'm also a pedophile. Should mention I'm also a felon.
Okay. What's the nature of your felony?
Aggravated assault.
How old is it?
1 year.
About 2 years.
Okay.
Okay. So I think there are some avenues you could explore. I definitely don't think it's impossible, but you have some challenges.
Yeah.
Lots of things in life are about your mindset, and you're using weight and disability. I can't. If that is the attitude that you're going to have when you approach everything, then you can't, and you won't.
I did work in the porn industry for the better part of 7 years, so I mean...
Be real
What does that mean? What?
with me. Do you really think it would be a good idea?
I did work in the porn industry for the better part of 7 years, so I mean...
Be real with me. Do you really think it would be a good idea to go to a real interview and reference porn?
It depended on the job, I would think. Like at a strip club maybe, but probably not in a more
He managed websites. Gotcha.
Yes, I would say that.
What would you think his chances are here of getting employment
in the next 3 months?
I'm not sure. When it comes to the felony, we would have to seek corporate approval for that sort of charge in order to proceed forward with a candidate. And they would ultimately be the ones to make the decision.
God, that encounter was fucking wild. Bro, what are you doing? He literally just fired off that gun in his neighborhood into the sky. Bro, what are you doing? Was unable to gain corporate approval. Oh no.
Not everything is bad. I've got at least one.
Why doesn't he do content about the trash in his house? The way people probably like watching him talk about all of his shit. The issue that he has, I think, it's hard to put this into words, but hold on. I need to think about this. I think that broadly speaking, when you're looking at a content creator, I think you're generally looking for some type of optimism. You want to see some type of optimism. You don't usually want to see somebody pitying themselves without like bettering themselves at the same time. So I could compare and contrast two rappers here. Okay. If you think of songs by Kanye West when he was working on his first few albums, songs like Spaceship, he's talking about how much life sucks, that he's working these stupid jobs, right? I do 5 beats a day for 3 summers, that right? Like this type of shit, right? That type of stuff is pity party, but it's about him like overcoming and like achieving more. Like now I do, I'm on this shit now. I'm doing all this. I've got a deal and fuck you and blah, 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 right? That's what people want to see. But if you compare him to say, I want to say Uncle Ruckus, not Uncle Ruckus, Uncle Adams, right? Uncle Adams is like all pity stuff with none of the like I'm doing okay or I'm trying to like make it bigger stuff. Even though it's a subtle distinction, I think humans intuitively pick up hardcore on the confidence somebody has on their future trajectory, and humans pick up intuitively very hardcore if somebody seems like they're just like too down on themselves versus somebody that is on a is trying to aim for something higher. It's so hard to put this into words. Another area that this pops up a lot in that I talk to people about, and this is why I don't trust people when they tell me, oh, I interact with, especially men talking to girls, I interact with girls this way and I do this and I don't understand why they don't like me, blah, blah, blah. One thing that'll come up a lot is self-deprecating humor. And some people will talk a lot about how is self-deprecating humor good or is it bad? And it's funny because self-deprecating humor can be something that a confident person employs very effectively, or it can be something that a person lacking confidence employs very pathetically. So, for instance, like here's a strain of conversation I have with a lot of different with a lot of girls that talk to me. Right? They'll say like, "Oh, you live in Miami Beach. Like, how is that?" Like a response that I've I don't know who's listening. I probably said this exactly. I don't have lines. Okay, I just have like similar questions a lot and blah 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 blah. Okay, just in case I've said this to somebody who's listening before, I might say some shit like, "Bro, I scream at people on a computer all day. I'm a fucking goblin. I don't go outside." Okay, so in a way that's like, it's kind of self-deprecating, but I own it. And this is my career. I enjoy doing this and I'm good at this, right? So it's like, it's kind of self-deprecating, but it's also like you're owning the thing and you kind of like, in a way you subtly spin it out to be something that you're not proud of, but it's like an advantage or something like that. But there are other ways that you can be self-deprecating where it's like, oh, do you talk to girls at all? And it's like, nah, girls don't really talk to guys like me ever. I'm kind of a fucking loser. Yeah. Where it's like, and then people come away like, oh, I tried the self-deprecating humor and it didn't work. And it's like, okay, well, kind of, but it wasn't humorous. It was just true. You weren't doing self-deprecating humor. You were just engaged in self-deprecation and you sounded like a downer. It looked like a downer and it's not funny. You're just like coming down on yourself, right? So yeah, there's a big, it's hard to explain the nuances of this, but yeah, there's a big like difference between self-deprecating humor employed in a way where it's a confident person kind of owning a thing and all of that, and it's like funny versus like somebody just down on themselves. And yeah, people have a really hard time picking up the difference between this, especially people that do the self-deprecating or pity party stuff, but they don't understand why it's not working. And then at some point, what's going to happen is the only people that you basically pick up on you pick up hate watchers. So I would argue that probably a lot of DSP and Boogie stuff now are people that are kind of like watching the train wreck, or they're attracted to that sort of like depressive content. But that's going to be a much smaller percentage of people, and they're not going to be the fans that you want that engage in that type of viewership. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I explained that perfectly, but that's kind of, yeah.
Are pretty much close to zero. I'm having trouble breaking 10K on an upload right now. And not everything is bad. I've got at least one good thing going on. This is Desi.
Oh, she's 20. Okay. Okay.
It is.
And then the longer we spent talking, I don't know, eventually you just realize we're the same person. I could definitely see us getting married. And I called you wifey the other day, and you loved it. You were so there for it. If I proposed right...
Is it reverse grooming, Destiny? I mean, is it? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, like, obviously it's a red flag. Anytime you've got like 5 to 10 year age gaps, or anytime you're dealing with like 18, 19, 20-year-olds or whatever, it's obviously there's a red flag. But it's probably possible that their relationship is fine. She might have messaged him fully aware of everything, and then he went back and she liked him, and, you know, I don't know. I would, again, red flags aren't necessarily bad. It's just like cause for concern. And if there's like not like additional evidence that's come out to show something bad, then, I mean, all you can do is speculate, right?
Now on camera, what would you do?
I'd say yes.
That's a good sign.
Cute.
Boogie has improved my life tremendously. He just makes me happy, the happiest I've ever been. And I'm not alone, and so that he just completes me. Growing up without a father figure has its challenges. Like, you just don't have that support system that you would, and the advice that you need. And so
Jesus, that makes it kind of weird. Wouldn't you also say that her seeking him at a low point in his life and trying to fix him is also a red flag? I mean, girls do that shit. What are you gonna say? I mean,
it's just difficult. I don't ever want to be alone. That's another thing. Maybe that's why I have stuffed animals. I don't ever want to be alone. And so it's just nice to have company. And I help with the dogs. I get him his water. Like whatever he wants and requests, I just mainly is to take care of him. He takes care of me, so. Yeah, sometimes I pick weeds out here, so, cause like, it makes it look better.
She's likely into him for the status of having dated a previously famous person as well. Do you really think so? Like, I doubt he has like a financial manipulation over her because he doesn't have that much money. And also, like, is there any, this sounds so mean. I'm not trying to sound mean, okay? I'm not trying to sound mean. But like, is there anybody that would be impressed if you would say like, oh, I'm dating Boogie now? Like, do you think so? I don't know. Bro, you don't have to run defense for her. She's obviously there for the status money. Like, yeah, like I said, your comment makes no sense. I know that's like the incel narrative, and for a lot of you, maybe that's something you can see, but I don't think it really applies. I don't think it makes much sense here. I don't think so, but.
Trim down these vines, but I'm not doing a good job. I don't do this very much.
You know, I used to have a theory, Mike, that if you are a 40-year-old man and you have a Snapchat, that means you're a creepy dude. Turns out my theory was right. I have a Snapchat, and I am a creepy dude.
Is he doing a sleep study, or what the fuck is this?
I found that person, and they happened to be 20. And I get that it's creepy to date somebody half your age or younger.
So you can say with a straight face that she's with him because of his look/personality? Yeah, probably. Again, I know that, like, especially because a lot of you guys are mind-fucked on the red pill, whatever bullshit that has nothing to do with reality. Yeah, believe it or not, there are a lot of girls that, or I wouldn't say a lot, but there are definitely women that are into, like, the cuddly, bigger guys that seem like they have, like, these gentle bear personality types or tropes or whatever. Like, yeah, there are absolutely girls that are into that. That's absolutely true. I mean, like, is it going to be the most common thing? Probably not, but there are definitely girls out there that are into that archetype of guys. A guy, of course. But to say that she's like with him for his money, I mean, he's not making much money unless, but now there's also, there's evidence that could shift this. So for instance, let's say that his way of attracting her was he bought her like a whole bunch of shit. Maybe he bought her a bunch of like Gucci, Prada bag. I don't know what the fuck you buy girls from the Midwest that are trying to date you, right? Maybe he tried to do like the sugar daddy thing and that's what got her there. That could be the case. In which case, my opinion on that would change. But yeah, I don't think status or money are much of a big thing that's running in his favor right now. So I don't know if somebody would go after him for status and fame.
Just join to briefly say
Uh-huh.
that some women do enjoy dating uglier or maybe less conventionally attractive men because there's a bigger sense of security there, and the idea that like that person won't necessarily just leave you. And for some people, that's more important than a partner who's got a sexy body or a lot of money per se. But just join to say.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know 100%. Maybe that could be the case. Maybe, or maybe that would be like like factors into the decision. Yeah, maybe, yeah.
But people can call me creepy if they want. If she's happy and I'm happy, then I will be the biggest creep you need me to be, as long as her and I are happy. You can be as mad as you want. Sexually, we both seem to be having an excellent time.
I would say that it's the best I ever had. What? You were.
So if I'm broke, if I go broke, okay, if we end up back on disability and it's me, you, and Chad living in some small apartment and we're eating McDonald's every day and that's treating ourselves.
Does she have a job? I don't know. I don't think that was ever brought up. Was it? Whether or not she had a job or not?
You gonna be able to handle that?
Yeah,
You
I
stay
guess
in
it's
that?
me, you, Chad, eating McDonald's every day in our small, cute apartment.
Because, I mean, I'm hopeful that people will go back to watching us on YouTube. I'm hopeful that people will, like, you know, I can go back to live streaming full time again and do like 6-hour live streams. Like
Okay, bring up Chad. I'm pretty sure that was just a joke, right? He's joking, right?
Other streamer and like grind it out. But I mean, there is a very real possibility that one day I won't be able to do that anymore. And we're going to have to live off of whatever we can.
Oh, Chad is the dog. Oh, never mind. Okay. Whatever. Fuck it. Well, shit. Maybe in that case she does. No, I'm just kidding. White girl jokes.
Are you prepared for that?
As long as I
Wait, have they said in this? Did I just miss it because I was reading chat? Did they mention, like, does he get paid out for disability or no?
have you, that's all I need.
Oh.
Have you ever thought about the fact that she's just waiting you out and trying to take your 401k when you die?
I'm broke.
You're broke.
I'm broke, yeah.
He just said he's on disability. Okay, okay. Back on disability. I got you.
Even if he does go broke and has to sell the house, I'm still gonna be by his side. He's the only one that I love and I care about, and there's only one of them. And so I'm not just gonna up and leave him for money. I love him, and just imagining a life without him is difficult.
I mean, my biggest fear is dying on her. If I die in the next 2 or 3 years on her, that's just gonna ruin her life. But this is my health summary. This is everything that's currently wrong with me. My risk for stroke or heart attack is astronomical. Then I turn to my doctor and I'm like, what do we do? He's like, you've had bypass surgery. You lost 200 pounds. What more can I do for you? I'm like, fix it, dude. Help fix it. And then they're telling me that I'm the one that has to fix it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I'm making less and less every month. And I'm scared shitless.
Boogie2988. Hey, so Mike, I just got off the phone with Keemstar.
Actually, this is big brain. How long would it take to get a channel with 4 million subs? She could get one by waiting a year or two. Oh, I don't think that subscribers on, just a quick thing, subscribers on YouTube don't matter as much anymore. Now it's all about the recommended box. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like if you acquired a channel with 4 million subs, it'd probably help you a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal anymore. Especially old subs, because old subs, it's like there are a lot of dead channels on YouTube now with 1 million plus subs that do really bad viewership. So
Boxing event coming up, and he's giving me a slot on the card. This is 800 pounds in one ring. This fight.
How old is she? 20 years old. What's the advice for someone in Boogie's situation where the therapist says he needs to fix it himself? Like, what are good steps to take to love yourself? I don't know. This is like, you're wandering into an area that has probably a ton of documented like researcher and clinical history behind it. And I don't think that these types of things are considered solved. I don't even know if there are good paths like back for people like this. In my personal life, I've never discovered like a way to fix these types of people. I have no idea, no clue. Mitch Jones is like similar to Boogie here. Yeah, he's actually the exact same type of person as Boogie here. I don't know how to fix those type of people. I don't know if anybody can fix those types of people. I don't know if those types of people can fix themselves. I don't know what the yeah, I just don't know how. I don't have anything. I wish I did. I wish I could say something, but I have no idea. Yeah.
No chance against me. Shut the fuck up. Right here.
Hey, $10,000, boy.
So since you guys were here last, I did have a bit of a windfall, which bought me some time here in this house. The problem with that is I spent more than $10,000 getting that fight together. So by the time all that was done,
damn, they didn't cover like flights and hotel. Wait, how is it $1,250 for the flights? Is this guy flying first class? Does he have to buy 2 seats? That's not like a joke. Did he have to spend $2,000 on meals? Is that just during the event? Did he have to spend $2,000 on a hotel? Jesus.
all I did was put that $10,000 back into savings. Being in the new relationship is great, but I mean, she can't help pay a $2,200 mortgage. Okay, let's go through my monthly bills.
Wait, what was?
I mean, she can't back into savings together. So by the time all that was done, all I did was put that $10,000 back into savings. Being in the new relationship is great, but I mean, she can't help pay a $2,200 mortgage.
Wait, oh, so she doesn't work at all? Or does she just work like very little part-time, or? How is his mortgage so big and his equity so low? In the beginning, in the first like 5 to 10 years of a mortgage, your equity building is incredibly low because the amount of your monthly payment that goes towards the principal is incredibly low. There's something called an amortization statement that'll show you the percentage of principal you're paying off. So that's one factor. A second factor might be, depending on when he bought his house, the value of the property could have declined, which will also eat into your equity quite heavily in the beginning life cycle of a loan. So.
Okay, let's go through my monthly bills for a second.
Why would you not just sell the house? I don't know why. Same thing with DSP. He held onto that one condo for so long. I don't know why these people won't just like sell their houses. I don't understand. I don't understand. Or more likely a HELOC loan. I would be shocked if he got a HELOC 1 or 2 years in owning a house. Unless he's owned it for like 10 or 15 years and now he's like leveraged all the equity and that's why possibly, but.
My health insurance is $800. I have $500 worth of medical bills. I have $500 worth of utilities. I pay for doctor's visits, physical therapies, labs constantly. I still have to pay.
I don't understand why he's paying. If he's paying $800 a month for health insurance, why is he paying so much in medical bills, doctor's visits, and physical therapy? Does the health insurance just cover nothing?
For the car that I drive, I still have to pay for car insurance. I still have to pay for health insurance. Diablo 4 came out, I had to buy it. Final Fantasy 16 came out, I had to buy it. Tears of the Kingdom came out, I had to buy it. That's $400 worth of video games.
His mortgage is $2,000 a month. Groceries, $800. How does he buy groceries $800 a month, but he still eats out all the time? Or maybe he doesn't, maybe he's stopped. $750 a month on dates? Bro, watch Netflix and chill.
Right there. But if you take out all of it, you take it out, all I eat is sandwiches every day. All I do is sit here. I don't pay for any Netflix subscriptions. All I pay for is internet, utilities, medical bills, mortgage. If I pay for just that, I need $7,000 a month. I'm not making $7,000 a month. And I have no clue how to do it.
Boogie's lying about not getting comp for the flight, by the way? Okay. At least drink Coke Zero,
there's
bro.
Something I've always wanted to try.
Uh-oh.
There's a lot of research that came out of Europe, and now we're doing it here in the United States, where psychedelics can help reset certain brains.
Another thing that I don't like that people do like this is they always have like a kooky, crazy plan to get back to better, but they're not willing to try stuff that like they know would work, right? They're not willing to do like, well, this is what you need to do. It's like, okay. Obviously I can't do that thing that we know would work. I have to do like the kooky, crazy plan, like always, yeah.
People who experience childhood abuse, people who've gone through trauma, people who deal with post-traumatic stress disorder, and I'm all of those. To be honest, I'm scared shitless. It's one of the only things I haven't tried yet. So let's give it a shot.
We arranged a psychedelic ceremony conducted by a local shaman. A local shaman? Wait, what state does he live in that has local shamans? What was it again? Arkansas? Are there a lot? There might be. I just could be retarded. Maybe there are a lot of shamans in Arkansas.
My given name is Ryan Arthur DeLeolio, and I've adopted the name Flaming Star. There's one thing that's
Okay, I might just be completely fucking racist. I just might be racist. I might be racist. But when I think of shaman, I think of like...
Where's Spike? Can you help me track him down?
I think of this guy.
Every being that walks.
Am I...
Stop when a life is
Am I just... This is not what the average shaman looks like? I guess there's no reason why white people can't be shamans, huh?
Name that. You.
Lil bro is racist. I might be racist. I can't help it. Oh, these are drug shamans. Different thing. Okay, maybe. Anyway, back to Flaming Star.
Why am I here? Existence. What's really happening? Who am I?
But here we go.
8 minutes left on this.
They don't taste bad. Honestly, that doesn't taste too bad.
They're pretty good and dry. Everybody just says kind of earthy.
Stem and all.
Oh, the whole thing, yeah.
Okay.
How many did he eat? Was it 2 or 1?
Club. May
One?
God bless you
Okay.
and be with you on your journey.
Do you think 1 mushroom stem and cap is enough for a trip?
Okay, so I think we've been about 20 minutes in.
About 15, yeah.
About 15. So we're about 15 minutes in, and I started to feel things are kind of wavy and kind of disconnected.
He's huge, wanting me need more. I think that stuff that hits your brain, I don't know if the dosage matters on your body weight, as opposed to stuff that goes through like your liver and stuff, I think, right? So like alcohol, I think, depends on your weight, I think. But stuff like do you get a different SSRI prescription based on your weight? I've never heard somebody say that, oh, well, if you're really fat, you need more mushrooms or more LSD. I don't think it works that way. I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
It's kind of like my brain works on multiple channels, and like.
What if you fall asleep before it kicks in? You cannot sleep on psychedelics. Even if you fall asleep, you will wake up. Kita Cat, thanks for the 10 gifted subs.
I have to pick and choose what I'm concentrating on. I'm driven balls. I have no clue where the fuck I am or even who I am, and I don't give a fuck. I recognize.
He's about to experience the second part of the realization of letting go. And we're gonna get to the other side of it. I told you they'd come. It's gonna get nice and bright in about 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
And the reflection in the water is really cool too. So what do you think was the first trauma that you experienced which basically set up like a defense mechanism for you?
Damn, can you really do this sort of stuff on mushrooms? I feel like this would be agonizing, like not in a good way, but maybe not. Jesus.
Man. Yeah, my parents are just crazy. They're broken people.
Parents?
I've heard of like ayahuasca and more ayahuasca, not DMT. I've heard of ayahuasca and maybe ketamine for stuff like this, but I don't think on mushrooms. I feel like you couldn't have a meaningful,
Yeah. Stewart's People who are like trying to oh, okay. Okay. Yep. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
What?
I was saying he's had some of his best conversations on
Like they
mushrooms.
don't. I mean, that shit doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. That was the dumbest shit. Oh, and it happened so long ago. Like I've just been waiting for the right time to just drop that shit.
So, when did you feel the need of this separate personality? Was that like what you used as a coping mechanism to socialize with?
Oh, that's exactly what it is, right? Like
I also feel like, oh, bro, I'm venturing into so much because we're not seeing the full conversations either. I really shouldn't comment. Here's what I'll say, okay? And I haven't seen the full conversation, so maybe it's something different. If you're trying to help a friend through something and you're trying to talk a friend through something who just needs like fucking whatever, I feel like it's usually good to kind of like ask questions and let them explore, especially if they're high. Like you have to be really careful with the installing thoughts. Like, did you create this as a second person? Like giving them like a whole narrative to latch onto. I feel like it's kind of a weird thing to do, but I don't know. What do I know? Maybe there was other parts of this conversation that led him to ask that question.
What you used as a coping mechanism to socialize with?
Oh, that's exactly what it is, right? Like I didn't know what the hell. I don't know how to communicate what I was dealing with or what I was going through, and I just.
Right. We put on these different faces in order to deal with situations in society.
You try to give people what the hell they want.
And then you felt like that was the need to make up Francis or other personalities?
Yeah.
Are you ready to let all that go?
Yeah, please, man. It's a game, right?
Just let him go, so it's up to you to choose.
Jesus. Why would you play that fucking noise? I don't need to be hearing that shit while I'm
Get
streaming.
up. Hello?
Nobody cared about me until I put on Just Kidding. I'm sorry.
I'm still not sure I'm like really here yet. I don't really want breakfast. That's a change. Jesus. Come on, guys. Let's go. It's just all bullshit. Like, none of this matters. None of it. It's all a construct. It's all a simulation. It's a fucking video game. You know when you die, I think I died last night. Physically, my body was fine, but I think I went back into the void we come from, and I think I'm still in it. Except I'm also in this physical corporal body, but I'm also the incorporeal being that puppets it and controls it, and God damn it, I feel like I'm in control. I feel like I'm in control of myself for the first fucking time. When I make a video, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 people watch. That is still my dream job. But for one brief moment, we got an opportunity to shine really bright.
He was not compensated for his participation in this film. Jesus. It's kind of weird to pay people for documentary shit. I think it's considered a code of ethics not to, right?
If you're not feeling it,
Because you're it like compromises the integrity of the thing or whatever. Like you're not supposed to pay people in journalism for like interviews or documentaries or something, I think, right?